All right, the mother load has arrived. So you guys remember the fitting we did with Kevin Sprecher down at Sleepy Hollow Country Club? You saw what we went through. We got the irons, we got the wedges, we got the metals, we got the hybrids, we got the big boys, the drivers. So it's all finally here. It's in one place, and everyone has been asking. Thank you in the comments for, you know, when are the clubs coming in? What'd you guys end up with? So that's the purpose of today's video. We're gonna unbox all this and show you guys what we got.
All right, Frank, so I'm thinking start with the lighter boxes, the woods, the hybrids. Maybe we'll get lucky, we'll pull out the driver first. I say we start there, then we'll go to the Vokey wedges. I think we'll touch those. I want to show the cool stamping that came on those. And then we're gonna finish up with the AP3s. It's like the fairway metal here. Look at this. Now I went with the blue Golf Pride grips. You'll see Frank got something a little different that I'm a little jealous of. I'm actually liking your grips a little bit. The grips are always changeable. Check it out. So because the weight is interchangeable here, they actually give you an extra weight here, which I think is pretty cool. All right, this is now going in the bag.
Ooh boy, that's like a pretty club. Look at this, 15 degree. That is gonna feel good. That's going in the bag. My bag, not your bag.
Is that the hybrid, Frank, that you haven't played ever in your life?
If you saw the video, you saw me, as a truck goes by there, you saw me lamenting about the hybrid, said I couldn't hit him, didn't want to hit him. Anyway, Kevin was like, just do it, give it a try, swing it, and there was no going back from there. I hit this thing so well. So I'm glad to throw this in the bag and see what kind of a change it makes for a little bit of those longer holes.
That club's gonna change your life, man.
One cool thing, we talked so much, obviously, in the fitting about the technical aspect, going through the fitting, the lofts, the shafts, things like that. But there is that fun little stylistic thing that you can get involved with too. You get to pick the color of the grips, and as well as we'll show you some custom stamping we did on the Vokeys as well. Bag's looking good already.
I think I know what's in here, Frank. Now I got two hybrids because I'm used to playing two. I got a 21 degree and an H2 23 degree and a 21 degree H2 as well. So dude, I'm so excited for these two right here. These are gonna be my money clubs.
This is actually my first set of Vokeys, so I'm incredibly excited about this. Hit them so well when we were going through the fitting on the short game practice area. We worked on our bounce, our grind, lofts, and I think we're dialed in. It was worth waiting for. You can get pretty much anything you want on these when you order these. I like the idea, like we always talk about in podcasts, instilling confidence. So I went with a couple things that'll just be that last second reminder when I pull it out of the bag of what I need to do. So on my 60, which is my predominant club for greenside bunkers and that splash shot, I went with up and down to remind me just to get it close. Then my 48, because I use this club a lot from 100 and in, and I got to remind myself to be deadly with that deadly accuracy. And then we had a little fun with the 56 with the G stamping for Golficity, and that's called just the snowflake stamping. They'll just stamp it randomly throughout the face. So not only do they look great, perform great, but they serve as those great reminders for me of what I need to do with these clubs.
All right, so with me, I had the 48 with the F grind. Golficity there. I got hot sauce right here on my 56, which is again an F grind. And then I went D grind on the 60 with the green for Golficity skull snowflake stamps. These things are pretty. Mr. Vokey is a genius. I love this.
All right, the wedges are going in the bag. If you guys follow along, you know Mike and I have wildly different swings and games and playing styles, and yet we were both ultimately fitted to the AP3s, and we both saw significant game improvement from them. So obviously there's some different shafts in there, and that's the stuff that goes with the fitting. but it does show the versatility of the club, the fact that it could fit to both of us, and we both see those improvements.
You know, for me, Kevin determined that I'm more of a hybrid player. I've never actually carried 3 or 4 in the bag, so I don't have that here either. So I started with 5-iron all the way up to pitching wedge, you know, just because I now have 2 hybrids. Frank, you have 1 hybrid, so I have 2 hybrids in the bag. You probably have a 4-iron in your set. I do not have a 4 or a 3, so I'm liking it. It's the same thing I had in my old set, same numbers, but much better clubs, that's for sure.
All right, guys, so for my setup, I went 4-iron through pitching wedge. You know, I'm an irons guy. I've always loved it. I actually went into that fitting telling Kevin that you're gonna have to pry the 3-iron from my cold, dead fingers, and he ended up doing it. The hybrid, I hit it just too well. We were able to still work the ball that I was able to do with the 3-iron, but it got a little bit more distance and some forgiveness and height when I needed it out of the hybrid, so I'm interested to see how that plays out. 4-iron down through pitching wedge. The other thing here is I went with the XP 95 gram shafts. So another thing that's enlightening when you go for a fitting, he put me in a lighter shaft. We immediately were generating a little bit more swing speed, but I was spraying the ball everywhere. If you look back at that video, you'll see there was that one with the wild dispersion. The key point being, as Kevin explained it, I couldn't feel the club head. I needed a little bit more weight so I could feel where that club head was in my swing, and then I were able to make better solid ball contact. So again, a big takeaway of the fitting, it's not always intuitive, it's not always necessarily lighters good for one person, you know, heavier for another person. You really got to get out there, you got to try it, you got to see, because there's so many aspects. They talk about the shaft being the engine of the club, and it's so true. You see that when you start to swap them out. Starting to look like a golf bag, huh? This is where I think I'm going to see my greatest improvement, because this is where I was lacking the most. The driver I had in my bag was garbage. A couple of different fittings that I went to, everybody kind of laughed to seeing what I had in there, but I said I was waiting for the right fit. I think I finally found it here. So let's just take a look at what we got. All right, so real quick again, versatility. Mike and I, very different off the tee. We both ended up with a 917 D2, 2 wildly different shafts, as you'll see in a second. But again, the versatility of the head is there, the adjustments that we're able to make in that fitting. I went with the 9.5 degree, and the shaft, we went with the Rogue. I don't know, it felt great when I was out there. I'm really excited for it. I'm also excited about the length. I've played my previous driver was an off the shelf. It always was too long for me. I was always choking down. So having something that fits me now is just gonna feel great. Comes with the driver. For adjustments, there's your weight. Bag is complete. Time for the big dog.
Just wait till you see this shaft, you know. Yes.
So take 3.
Yeah.
How good was that?
Yeah, seriously. That break 3?
115, 3600 spin, 285 carry, 310 total.
Give me the bumblebee setup. Oh, it's so not coordinated, but it's so pretty. Check it out, there it is, the yellow hazardous Project X. Oh man, low spin, exactly what I need. Kevin knew exactly where I was going wrong with my mishits, so he wanted to reduce spin dramatically for me. And sure enough, this heavy shaft does it. So, can't wait to hit this. Now my bag is finally complete.
So there you have it. Everybody's been patiently waiting, commenting on the videos of when the clubs are going to be in and what we went with. Ran through them really quick to show you guys what we got. You're going to be seeing a whole lot more of this as we hit the course the rest of the year. Thank you everybody who followed along. Make sure you post your comments below, subscribe, let us know what you think. Let us know if you're hitting any similar clubs and what you think of them. And like I said, we'll see them out on the course.
Yeah, I want to hit this one right now, so see ya.
Tell me you don't want to go out there and play right now.
Oh my God. Dude, that's even further. That's incredible.